At the beginning of this movie, we see a woman whose name is Milena, who is very beautiful in appearance. Milena lives in a small town, and she is the most beautiful woman in this town. And every man living in this city likes her so much. And every man in this city wanted Milena to be his. But the other women of this city feel jealous about her, and they want to be like Milena. And we see, there is a boy named Renato in this town. He is much younger than Milena. And one day Renato takes a new bicycle, and he goes to show his friends. Then his friends say while talking to him, "We have heard that Milena is about to pass through here." And all these people wanted to see her, and so they sat in one place. At the same time Milena starts passing by, and these people see her. When Renato sees her for the first time, he keeps looking at her, and he couldn't take his eyes off on her. When Milena leaves from there, then these people start following her again. These men keep chasing her, until Milena reaches inside the city. Then we see that Milena's father is a teacher. He was teaching students in his school. And these people are sitting in their classrooms. And these people keep talking about Milena in different ways. And these people are also troubling Milena's father. After class, Renato goes to Milena's house and looks at her. And Milena is lying sad at home. Here we find out that Milena's husband accompanied the army during the war. Until now he hasn't come back. On the other side, we see Renato and his friend. "Who are you talking about, Milena?" Renato's friend tells him, "Once Milena asked me to get her a cigarette." And the rest of the town also used to say, "Milena is not a good woman." And various things have been spread in the society regarding Milena. After that we see, Renato has started liking Milena a lot. Renato hears these things from many people, that Milena is not a good woman, and talks openly to everyone. Now slowly Renato also starts fantasizing about Milena. And now he starts thinking about Milena with him. Now Renato wanted to live like an adult, but in reality he was a child. Once Renato cut his father's pants and wore them himself, because they do not like to wear their shorts. His father gets very angry with him about this, and beats him. But Renato still hasn't improved. And now he keeps chasing Milena all the time. And he looked at Milena from the pit he had made. Whereas Milena does not know anything about it, that someone is watching him. Then suddenly this news comes to Milena. Her husband was martyred in the war. Milena gets very upset after hearing this news. And she starts crying. Here we find out that Milena loved her husband very much. When she came to know that her husband had died in the war, then it ends up waiting for him. And one day Renato is working somewhere. Then he overhears people talking about Milena in different ways. He feels as though only he knows the truth about Milena. And now I have to tell everyone that Milena is not a bad woman. And she simply loves her husband. Renato now starts seeing Milena in his father's house as well. And now he starts imagining it, like Milena has found him, and he says to Milena, "Don't worry, I'm with you." And he speaks his heart to Milena. Next we see Renato go to church. And he prays to God. "Take care of God above Milena, instead I will light candles here every day." And on the other side we see Milena's father. He gets a letter, in which it is written, "Milena's affair is going on with everyone in the city. And your daughter is not a good woman." Hearing this, his father gets very angry. And he now refuses to accept Milena as his daughter, and asks him to leave his house. And now Milena was all alone again. When Renato comes to know about it, that Milena has started living alone again, then he comes outside her house again, and starts looking at him from the same hole. One night when he goes to Milena's house, then he sees that there is a police officer in his house. It all looked like they were actually having an affair. Renato feels very bad seeing this, and he thinks, "I considered her to be a good woman, and I was about to tell others that Milena is a good woman." But he doesn't believe in it at all. Just then the police officer comes out of the house. And Renato starts hiding from her. When the police officer comes out, then he finds a doctor there. That doctor tells the police officer, "Milena is going to marry me. So what were you doing inside?" And because of this, a fight ensues between the two. Then the police also came there. After this word spreads everywhere in the town, that Milena is having an affair with a married man. And for this he can also be jailed. Now Milena has become very upset. She then goes to a lawyer. And she tells that lawyer, "I need your help," and later he wins that case. And everyone knows this, that the doctor was lying. After winning this case, the same lawyer tries to force Malena. And Malena tries hard to stop him. But she can't do anything. And Renato sees this all happen. And seeing all this, he gets very upset. At the same time, we see the enemy attack in that city. And Malena's father has been murdered. When Malena learns about her father's death, then she becomes very sad. Because now no one was with him. Who could take care of him? And whatever pension Malena used to get because of her husband, it was also stopped because now it was proved, and that's what he should have done. And after a while she takes a scissor and starts cutting her hair. And she thinks, this world calls me a bad woman. So now I have become a bad woman. When Renato sees all this, so he feels bad. And this bothers him a lot. And Renato still stops eating and drinking in Malena's misery. When his father comes to know about it, then his father does the same. Which Renato wanted. His father takes Renato to a place where Renato can fulfill his wish. On the other hand, we see Malena, who had now become a bad woman. And now every man in the city should come to him. And because of this the wives of those people felt very bad. And he is very angry and beats Malena so much and throws him out of town. After that we see Malena's husband has returned. And he's alive. And someone had spread wrong news about Malena's husband. After that he goes to his house. But he sees Malena is nowhere to be seen. Some other people were living in his house and he asks everyone about Malena. And everyone says that your wife has become a bad woman. And now she doesn't live here. When he goes to his friends to find out about it, then his friends make fun of him. And don't support him and these people insult him. And these people beat him and threw him there. When Renato sees it all, so he feels bad. After that, he thinks, only I know the reality of Malena. And now I will tell everyone about Malena that she is a good woman. After this Renato wrote a letter to Malena's husband and told him, Malena is not a bad woman even though the villagers have made her a bad woman. The people of these societies said very bad things about Malena. Malena used to get very upset after hearing these things. Renato has written all this in his letter. And tells Malena's husband what happened to her and how she was evicted from here. When Malena's husband read this letter, he was very angry with the people here. Then he goes back to pick up Malena. After this we see that he comes back to the same city while roaming with his wife. After this all the people of this society start looking towards both. But now everyone respects her because now her husband was with her. All the people of this city have again started respecting Malena. And everyone is happy to see these two together. After this we see in the last scene of the film, Renato meets Malena when some things fall out of Malena's bag. Then Renato picks it up and gives it to Malena. And helps her. He wishes Malena, you have a good future, and after that both of them go on different paths. And this movie ends here. So this was the story of Malena. If you like the story then watch the full movie, and if you want to see more such videos, then subscribe to our channel.